Hello everyone, welcome back to Roar. Happy to see you guys back. Today I'm going to do a video based on exfoliation in the skin and brightening and peels. I live in Arizona and there's a lot of sun exposure, a lot of sun damage, and a lot of really rough looking skin actually. When I first moved down from Alaska to Arizona, I was like, wow, I need to get back and go back home to where I belong because I don't want to look so rough and stressed out as far as like the heat and the oxidative stress you get from ultraviolet rays and all that. So my little doggy wants back in, but I'm not really letting back in. So anyway, so basically I thought I'd do a little video to kind of explain some of the different kinds of ways you can exfoliate your skin and brighten the skin. And peels are kind of it's kind of a word that makes it sounds kind of scary or dangerous, but honestly it's more about just turning over dead skin cells. Whenever you do more exfoliation on the skin, whether it's physical exfoliation or chemical exfoliation, I'm going to go more into exfoliation and chemical exfoliation mostly, but once you have that kind of action on the skin, you're getting turnover, and once the cells are sloughing off, then your body goes, oh, I need to make more collagen and elastin, and it makes better collagen and elastin, so it makes your skin look healthier and fresher. So if you think you're going to be very delicate with your skin and not exfoliate very much and like that, you're going to have layers of dead skin cells sitting there, and they're not going to look as pretty on the skin because your makeup won't stay on nicely. It won't be even looking on the skin, and that's just kind of sad if you miss out on those opportunities to just brighten your skin by taking off the top layer of dead skin cells, and it really doesn't hurt. So I'm going to show you a couple different things I have here. I have a couple options to start off with if you're really sensitive and can't do any kind of acids at all. Then I'm going to show you, this is the Perfectly Real. And this is the Gelée version, the multi-action cleansing Gelée from Estée Lauder. Has little granules, little polishing beads. It's not like beads actually. It's kind of like little. It's kind of funny. It's just like a little fibrous kind of thing like that. And you just basically take a little dab of it, massage into the skin. It's very gentle. When I've done retin-A, if I have a lot of flakiness going on for my skin, then I might use this a couple of days. Not the next day, but maybe a couple of days after that, I'll use this to kind of get rid of some of the flakes. So this is a nice way to go if you just want something really gentle, or if you can't tolerate any kind of acids at all. If you have rosacea, things like that, you might want to do something that's gentler for that. I have some options for rosacea as well, but this is one option I do like. Now, another option that I really like a lot is my clarifying lotion from Clinique, and this is basically a new version of it. We have the 1.1 through 4 types of the exfoliating product. This one actually is a 1.0, so it's a new version, and it has no alcohol in it. So you're getting lots of exfoliation from the salicylic acid, which is very anti-inflammatory. Salicylic acid helps unclog pores. It helps to normalize shape of the pores. So if you have any cloggy areas, that's what you want to do, is you want to use your salicylic acid. And if you want faster action, you might want to go to a number 3 clarifying lotion or number 4 clarifying lotion. But if you are more gentle or more sensitive, and I do just want to use retin-A also as well because it's really gentle, again without no alcohol, I can use this one very nicely. And I'll go ahead and actually just show you. Do a little application on one side of my cheek just so you can see. And this is all bare skin, right out of the shower. And I do have delicate skin. Do half of everything here. And I picked up a little bit of, not much dirtiness, but I can still see a tiny little bit of that. But basically from showering and from doing my skincare religiously at night, I don't have a lot of schmutz on the skin. So that's a good way to go. So basically, while I have this on my face, and I would wear this underneath my makeup, of course, it would be on the whole day, and it would be working in the pores on my skin, and it's actually working also into the pore. So if you have any kind of breakouts, if you have little mini, underground things, even if you have acne and you have really delicate skin, the salicylic acid in this one here will help you with that. If you're a rougher skin type, or you have like heavier, if you've had a lot of sun exposure and you have thicker, rougher skin, you can go into more intense ones, but this is a good one for being gentle. So that one's that. So I have both of those two there to show you. And then I mentioned rosacea a couple times just now, actually. So there's a couple different things we have here for rosacea. Again, the clarifying lotion number 1.0 is really good for that. We also have something called azelaic acid, and this is an acid. Again, there's a lot of acids. They're not all scary things, so mostly they're not scary, but it just kind of sounds like it when you look at the name. So anyway, azelaic acid is made by The Ordinary, and it's a company that's under the Estée Lauder umbrella, which is kind of cool. So they have some really interesting products and really affordable products, which is kind of a cool thing. I ordered this because I wanted to get, it says multifunctional brightening formula, so I bought it for that. and I thought I was going to get more like melanin fading more of the spots and like that. And more, this is actually more for, it does give you some brightening, but it's more for rosacea actually. So this one here has a, I'll just do this instead, I'll just do a little pump here. So this is azelaic acid, and the actual prescription one is called Phenacia. So this is the moisture thing that you could use instead of going to a dermatologist and getting a medication for, this can be for acne and it can be for rosacea. So just really gentle, and again, it doesn't burn, doesn't sting, it's not scary, so that's just kind of nice to know that these things don't have to be scary actually. Let's go for like all of the things I can show you. Alpha hydrox is a really cool thing. I like glycolic acid a lot. Glycolic acid is the smallest molecule of all of the alpha hydroxy acids, and they get into the skin, deeper into the skin, and they help to polish and brighten and bring things to the surface again like that. So they mostly, it's kind of, instead of doing like a physical exfoliation where you're scrubbing things off, it's actually going, and the chemical goes in there and it dissolves the glue in between the cells, and so the old cells kind of go bye-bye because they're not attached anymore. So it just kind of gradually loosens them up a little bit like that. And I use this as a nice big ginormous bottle. This is the 10% glycolic alpha hydroxy acid one, and I'll just put a little bit on my hand here. Just wants to get clogged up the top because I'm always squishing it out there. So here is the glycolic acid, and this one here I'll just put on my neck. I put some on my feet before I put socks and before I go to work, just so I'm walking around and exfoliation's happening while I'm sleeping or while I'm walking around. And I do it at nighttime sometimes. Just depends whenever I feel like putting it on. But that one is a really nice one, and 10% is a good amount of it. And this is a nice big size, so it's definitely affordable. Let's go into, so I have Differin as well. Differin is another product that is for acne. It's now over the counter. I bought this, and again, I thought it would be, it's a retinol formula, adapalene, but it doesn't actually work. I wanted more retin-A to help with like down deep collagen and for anti-aging, stuff like that, and boosting more collagen. So this is not going to work that deeply. It's going to work on the top epidermis, but not in the dermis so much. So this is still a nice one for melasma. So if I wanted to, I have some patches that are a little bit more colorful, I guess, like a little bit more, not that much. It's not too bad. But basically, this would work for melasma, and it also works for acne and rosacea. So that's another one of those things you can use any one of those, and again, that's another acid type thing that is still a gentle way of taking care of your skin. Years ago, I worked for, I went training for all kinds of different brands for peels and for kind of high-tech skincare things for facials and all that. So I ended up working for PCA for a while too, and I have the Detox Gel, it's really tiny, and I have the Sensi Peel. So these peels are ones that are actually like lab samples, but I had the bigger sizes, and I would decant the bigger bottles into smaller bottles. If I was traveling somewhere, if I was going to visit my family or something like that, I would be able to go do like a little mini facial on them. So I won't open these up right now, but that's basically you'd use like a little fan brush, put it in a little dish, and paint it on your skin, and then you go around and kind of test how long it's processing, and when you're ready to take it off, you know to take it off. So that's that there too. So that's that. And then the next one I actually have is a salicylic acid based exfoliant. It's exfoliant, but it's also it's a vitamin C, pure vitamin C serum from Clinique. Not serum, it was serum too. This is the powders. So I'm going to actually use this today. So I'm going to tear off a little packet. This is a 10% vitamin C, and it has salicylic acid in it. Well, salicylic acid is going to again help exfoliate and minimize redness and clogging and things like that. So I'm going to, let's see here, put the powder in my hands. You may use the whole entire thing too, because this is going to be a polishing kind of physical exfoliation as opposed to chemical exfoliation, and you also have the salicylic, which will help as well. So then I'm going to take some water to and Hilton. So it's powdery. It really is powdery. So here's like, it's kind of granular. I could have pulled my hair back too, that would have been a good idea. And the idea is you're going to massage it in. It feels really good. It feels kind of granular at first, and then it gets in there and it works in the skin. And once you're done playing with it and rolling it around on your face, you want to leave it on for 1 full minute. And then rinse it off. So now I still have some product on my hands and all that, but it makes it a little bit sticky. And let's keep talking to you guys while I'm doing this, and then I'll wipe it off. So basically, the really important thing is to keep on making things fresher and smoother on your skin, and having it be just healthier looking, like when you were younger, basically. And try to avoid too much sun exposure. Once I get done with this peel, taking this peel off, I'm going to actually go back and put on my SPF and all that. And this is my SPF. This is my I want to say Australian Gold mineral sunscreen, and that one's a mineral sunscreen that has all chemical, or not all physical barrier sunscreen. So really nice sunscreens. You know, wait for it to kind of like do its thing. It's really only for a minute once you have it on there. So give it a little bit more time. So I definitely think it'd be a great thing for any of you who have not tried a gentle peel, to start off with something small. Start off with a really light, you know, alcohol-free clarifying lotion. And it does say on the front here, they changed the packaging here. It says twice a day exfoliant. So it's really, it's not just a toner. It's not a toner. It's an exfoliator. So that's where you're going to get that brightening and smoothing and all that. So now they're all kind of set in the skin. It's all dry. But basically, it's not going to do any more than that. So I'm going to wipe off. Vitamin C. It's easier when you have a sink, actually, but and then my other towel. So fresh and healthy. Got a little bit of glow of the skin from all that massaging and all that kind of stuff like that. So definitely it's a really cool way to go to keep brightening your skin and keeping it healthy and fresh and all that. So I'd love to see if you have any peels that you like to use. Dr. Dennis Gross is a really cool one. They have the peel pads and things like that. There's a lot of different brands that you can choose to get some exercise to your skin and get some brightness and all that. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.